According to Nets general manager Sean Marks, quote, "Given the evolving nature of the situation and after thorough deliberation, we have decided Kyrie Irving will not play or practice with the team until he is eligible to be a full participant." Here's more from Mark today.
I think we had everything on the board. We looked at everything. When you make a decision like this, it's one that you don't want to do it hastily. Again, involve all the parties. Think about all the variety of different outcomes. I think we all know what our objective is this year and how a decision like this may be able to affect that ultimate objective. So they're never easy decisions, but at the end of the day, I think we're looking at putting a group of people out there that are going to be able to participate fully, and that's where this comes down to. And we're not looking for partners that are going to be, half-time. I don't think that would be fair. Not only on the team and staff and ownership and fans, but to be quite frank, not fair on Kyrie either.
Great to have the brand new host of NBA Today, rising star Malika Andrews, joining the show. Malika, why was this decision made now?
Well, I asked Sean Marks just that, Max, and he said, well, when is there a good time to make a monumental decision like this? He said we could hum and haw over whether or not we should have done it a couple of days, a couple of weeks ago at the very beginning of training camp when this started to materialize, or if we should have waited a little bit longer to see if the situation would change, if Kyrie Irving would get vaccinated. But ultimately, he said, there isn't a good time to make this sort of decision. They want to be able to turn a page. That was a theme I took away from Sean Marks' comments today. They want to win a championship, and they're hoping to move past this, at least for this moment.
Malika, the Nets with Kyrie on the team, with KD and Harden, not to mention everyone else, but they have a chance to be historically great. Were KD and Harden consulted, either one consulted by management before this decision was made?
Yeah, so Sean said that they absolutely talked to players before this decision was made, and even though he didn't go into the specifics of those conversations that he had with players, you would have to imagine that a Kevin Durant, a James Harden, they were at least in these conversations. But this was a decision that Sean Marks said was ultimately made. It went all the way up to owner Joe Tsai. That's who was in the room with him making this decision. And so, yes, this is a team that it has superstars. You need to consult those superstars, but listening to Kevin Durant's comments over the last several days, when Kyrie Irving was cleared to join them in the practice facility, he said that that's nice, but they want a little bit more. And so this is a decision that ultimately it had to be made at the very top when it came down to it.
Ooh, you can't lose KD if you're Kyrie. Is the Nets' plan to wait it out with Kyrie, Malika, or does a trade seem more likely to you at this moment?
Well, it seems like it's still fresh, right, Max? It seems like Sean Marks was coming off of making this statement and then directly spoke to reporters right afterwards. It may be a little bit difficult to trade Kyrie Irving, and honestly, that didn't seem to be where Sean Marks' head was at just yet. He said his arms are open. They are hoping to open their arms to welcome back Kyrie Irving into the fold, but it would have to be under different circumstances. And when Sean Marks was asked whether or not ultimately he felt like he had a choice, whether or not he felt Kyrie Irving gave him a choice, he said ultimately no. And that was pretty telling, Max.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.